stimulus, you might say, for thought and for the creative mind down through the generations. It's drawn artists here right back through the eras. Well, amongst them was photographer Robert Redmond. He comes here when he wants to write, and so enthralled was he by his experiences here that he put them down in a book, Achill Voices. Mary Fanning came here to meet up with Robert on one of his many trips down here to his west of Ireland hideaway.
This is what Robert Redmond fell in love with. He fell in love with Achill Island and its people. Originally he used this west of Ireland gem as a hideaway for peace and quiet when he was writing his books. He's photographed everything from movie stars to crime scenes. His work has been published all over the world, and he's one of the most sought-after wedding and portrait photographers in the country. But it is here his greatest inspiration comes. He says it never fails him, whether it be light, wind, cloud, sun or mist.
My first book, A Thai Town, was written out here, Mary. When I was asked by Non-Such Publishing to write the book, I decided I'd treat myself like an author, and I'd isolate myself in a cottage. So I picked Achill as one of the places. I'd been here before on holidays and loved it, but for relaxation purposes I would run down to the beach or maybe go up a mountain or whatever, photograph Achill just for relaxation purposes, you know, at night time, early morning shots, stuff like that. So I built up a bit of an archive over a year doing that. And then when the Thai book finished, I just showed the photographs to Non-Such Publishing, and they asked me immediately to go back down again to Achill and write a book on Achill. So here I am.
Robert Redmond embraced Achill Island and its people from behind the lens, capturing places of beauty like the Atlantic Drive, which starts with the castle of the great pirate queen Granuaile.
One of my favourite spots is Clew Bay on the Atlantic Drive, and you can see Clare Island from here. In winter and summer, spring, it makes no difference here. The waves can be cruel, they can be pleasant, they can be scenic, they can be rugged, they can be anything you want really. The weather can change in 2 minutes here. You know, you can be blown apart, you can just sit down and get burnt with the sun. From behind the lens, it's a photographer's dream to look down on Keem Bay from the roadside, and the aquamarine colours that are just there naturally, no pollution in sight. I could have captured 1,000 images here. You could capture the same image in the evening time, in the morning time, in the middle of the day. None of them would be the same. It changes by the minute here. The watercolour changes, the background scenery changes, a mist can come down and can engulf the whole area. It's just an amazing place to be. One of my most pleasant encounters obviously was Joe O'Malley and his curragh, and the way he moves the curragh through the waters, up and down and across, eventually gets you back into the pier in Inishbigel. It's just, you know, it's a science in itself, but he understands the waters. It's a very dangerous current out there. Joe's been bringing the post now to Inishbigel and the groceries on a Tuesday, the post every other day there. And he took me on tour of Inishbigel and brought me around to meet the people, and got me the cup of tea here and there, and we had a great day when we went out there. And again, Paddy, just look in here. Joe is, you know, he's just, photographically, he's just a pleasure to photograph. He's got that ruggedness, this island ruggedness, and at the same time, you know, the gentle giant is really there. He's got a heart of gold, you know, a really lovely guy. Walking back in time then in the Slieve Moor, the deserted village under Slieve Moor was a real, you know, you could really eerie feeling there. You can see where the actual pits for some of the potatoes were. You can see the streets actually where the houses were back to back, and you can actually feel a presence there. It's very strong, and it's very sad as well that people just up and left and the whole village was deserted. When you're looking down from the deserted village, the Manon Cliffs, also known as the Cathedral Rocks, you know, been carved out over years of battling with the seas and stuff like that, is a real pleasure to look down on. In the winter, it's just spectacular with the waves. You can actually see the waves from that point. And in the summer, then it's got its mist in the morning, a low mist. So I really can't understand sometimes when I look at that as a photographer, and think that, you know, they go on different sites to make major films when they could come out to Achill, and it's all here.